My name is Pup Team from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show today for what? What could it be? For Spiderman! Okay, well that's your first of many screams tonight as JJJ is here to really show his stuff. But before we get into this book in which Spider-Man faces the Scorpion, let's go ahead and introduce our cast. At my side, in the darkness, if you look really closely, who could be there? Who is little and green and sometimes mean? It is Froggy!
Don't ever put me on your side again. It stinks.
Ugh. We don't
exactly. Take a shower, bro. You got me all slimy.
Ugh. I got you slimy. You're a frog.
Yeah, imagine that. That's how gross you are.
But he's fuzzy and warm and cuddly.
Yeah. And all the ladies love him.
And Froggy's greatest defender and every woman in the world. To us, it is Miranya.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning and afternoon if you watch us on the replay.
If she's everyone in the world, it proves my theory. All women love me.
That's right. That's right. There you go.
Well, that's...
And the guy down there below the puppet with his hand on his face and that question of why the hell am I here is named Eric Brewer Breen.
Good evening. And if you are watching this, why?
Because they appreciate good books. And
because they love us.
I'm required by I'm required by my parole officer to be here.
What?
No further questions.
Alrighty, well, before we show this book, I think I need to go ahead and turn off my camera. Yeah, I know. But it works out just fine. And
Froggy.
Here we can see the issue before us. Issue number 20, the first appearance of Les Scorpion. And now I'm going to rest my throat for a long journey ahead.
Compared to more Scorpion later on?
And give it over to Mr. Breen.
The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 20. How can Spidey battle a foe who is stronger than he is? You're about to meet one of Marvel's newest, greatest arch-villains, the Scorpion. Or Spidey battles Scorpy. Be sure to keep your eye on the startling Scorpion. We predict that he's definitely a candidate for the Supervillains Hall of Fame.
And never call him Scorpy again.
Aww.
Many readers have asked why Stan's name is always first on the credits, and so big-heartedly agreed to put Stevie's name first this time. How about that?
I gotta see this. Oh, yeah, and look at how big Stan Lee is.
Illustrated by Steve Ditko. Written by Stan Lee.
Wow.
Lettered by S. Rosen.
The ever-faithful S. Rosen.
But we still have a feeling that Sneaky Stan put something over on us. Anyway, now it's time for thrills, chills, and spills.
I could really hear the red in your voice.
Yeah, he really cheated.
Remember the mysterious figure who followed Peter Parker home from school last ish? No. Here he is again the next day, still lurking in the shadows, waiting for the unsuspecting teenager.
So long, Liz. See you around, Flash.
Bye, Petey.
Go play in traffic, pest. don't know who that's supposed to be.
I don't know. Well,
It is Breen.
let's read.
Scargan.
No, it isn't, but there he is. But this time, Peter's pursuer gets overconfident and follows just a bit too close.
My spider sense is tingling. There's some sort of danger near.
It's his forehead.
It's coming from behind me. Nobody there but that stranger, trying to desperately pretend that he's an innocent pedestrian by wearing those green and purple colors.
Mm.
Then, after Peter has reached home,
It's a good thing I'm not in Aunt May's room. Otherwise you gotta be seeing a peep Tom.
Mm.
I was right though. He's watching the house now. But why? I never saw him before. I don't know who he is. Can it be that somebody has figured out my secret identity at last? Other than Osborne?
That's later.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and I have to do now. I had better be done by Spider-Man.
He's doing it right by the open window where the guy can see.
Flashing him. He's walking away. That suits me fine. Here's where the fowler becomes the foul.
2 blocks later,
It's no trick to follow someone silently when you've got a power of 1,000 spiders.
1,000 spiders?
Don't ask me. I just got a stomachache now. He went into that phone booth. Is it Superman? Who is he calling? Too bad I couldn't hear him from this high up. Uh-oh. He's heading back towards my house again.
traveling in his own unique manner, the amazing Spider-Man attempts to beat the mysterious stranger to his destination.
It's almost as though he's an agent for someone else and phoned his boss for further instructions. And I'm running on electrical lines.
No, there's like phone lines.
But reaching his home, Spidey finds
Too much traffic going by the other side. My unknown playmate is coming from this side. I can't let anyone see Spider-Man swinging into Peter Parker's window. It could be my tip-off to who I really am. If I convert that snooper's attention for a minute.
seconds later, a strange bat-shaped object whizzes past the startled man below, causing him to momentarily forget his mission. What in blazes is that?
It's my glider! No.
Wrong issue.
Perfect. He turned his head just long enough for me to swing through my window unseen. My little flying bats will have turned into a thin strand of webbing again before he can find it.
But in an effort to retain his balance after the flying leap, Spidey accidentally bumps into the wall of his room.
Darn it! I hope this doesn't wake up Aunt May.
Thump.
I hear footsteps now. I was afraid of that. Gotta change fast. Or lock the door.
Oh, you're all right, Peter dear. I thought I heard.
Gosh, I'm sorry I disturbed you, Aunt May. I accidentally knocked over a chair.
Then, after his aunt has left,
He's out there. There's nothing I can do but let him continue this cat and mouse game until I can figure out what he's after. But I must be careful to do nothing to reveal my secret identity to him.
and the next morning,
Old Faithful is still there. Looks like he's making a lifetime job of this. Well, as long as I'm aware of him, he can't attack me by surprise. Betty usually gets to work early on Saturday, so I'll pay her a visit.
and in the newspaper office of J.Jonah Jameson, publisher and undisputed head of the I Hate Spidey boosters,
Subscribers!
What's this news item? New item. Some nutty scientist claims to have found a way to cause artificial mutations in animals. Big deal. Nothing like Spider-Man! Why do my editors bother showing me proofs of every unimportant story that comes along? Now, if someone discovered an anti-Spider-Man serum, that would be a story. Oh, how I hate that web-spinning, wall-crawling masked menace! If only there was someone stronger than him, I could hire him to... Hey, wait a minute. That's it! That's the answer! Let's see now. What's the name and address of that egghead who can cause artificial mutations? This is my greatest inspiration yet! I'll rid the world of Spider-Man once and for all! I'll probably get a medal. Here it is. Dr. Farley Stillwell. Well, this is just perfect. He lives right here in the city. And I have just the man I need to help me with my brilliant stroke of genius.
Meanwhile, outside the Daily Bugle building.
He's probably in a rush to see his girlfriend. This is my chance to take a break. I'll rush off and report to the boss now.
Where are my lucky strikes?
So far, it's been a complete waste of time. I haven't been able to learn what the boss wants to know. I might as well get ready for him to fly off the handle. He hates to have anyone fail him. Come in!
Oh, I guess it is Mac.
Well, it is you.
Boss, I just wanted to let you know I'm still trying, but so far, I haven't been able to...
Mac Gargan! Just the man I want to see. Never mind your report. I've lost all interest in Peter Parker. I've got a new job for you. Something much more important than following Parker to learn how he manages to get those great photos of Spider-Man that he likes to sell me. The job I have for you now might be dangerous, Gargan.
Who cares? You know me, boss. Just as long as the pay is good, I'll listen to you ad-lib all issue. So, what's the pitch?
You get painted by Spider-Man.
Meanwhile, Peter Parker speaks to Jameson's secretary in JJJ's outer office.
Peter, I'm sure you remember Ned Leeds, the reporter I introduced to you a couple of days ago.
Sure. How's it going, Ned?
Well, fine, Pete. As a matter of fact, I'm heading for an important assignment. Mr. Jameson is sending me to Europe.
Hey, that's great. It's really nice.
I was going to finish what I was going to say, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Continue.
Send me to Europe to cover armament conferences.
Hey, that's great. But he's a real nice guy, but Betty would see him too. Much of him. For once, things are going my way.
Ned leaves tonight, Peter.
Suddenly, Jameson's door swings open and...
I'll be gone for a few hours, Miss Brandt. Take all my messages.
Yes, sir, of course.
Come on, Gargan. I'm in a hurry.
Man, he called Gargan. He's the one who's been telling me. He must have been doing it for Jameson. But why?
Why don't you come with Betty to see me off, Pete? JFK Airport is less than an hour from here.
That would be wonderful, Peter. Then we could ride back to the city together. Playing both ends.
Sure, I'll be glad to. That's a relief. They can't be serious about each other if they invited me along. Too bad, though. I'd much rather have followed Jameson. Well...
A short time later, at the laboratory of Dr. Farley Stillwell.
You mean you actually mutated a rat so they can swim like a fish? and enabled a fish to breathe air like a rat?
Well, mutated is not the exact scientific word, Mr. Jameson, but I believe you summed it up accurately enough. My work, if properly developed, might be of great value to farmers, botanists, and the like. I'm delighted that you've shown such interest. And influential men like you publicizing my findings could further the cause of science immeasurably.
Sure, naturally. But it's not science I'm interested right now. I want you to work on a special project for me. If it works, I'll pay you $10,000.
I'm a research scientist. I don't accept private jobs for pay. And yet, with $10,000, I could buy new equipment, new materials. I'm just not in a position to refuse you, Mr. Jameson. What is your project?
I want you to talk to yourself for an hour. I want you to try to experiment on a human being. I want you to give a man powers that are greater than Spider-Man's!
I have enough serum. I have the know-how, and yet it might be dangerous. I can't guarantee the results.
That's okay, Doc. I'm willing to chance it. Moments later, after Dr. Stillwell has shaved Gargan's head.
I can give you the powers of a scorpion, for instance. Your body could become more powerful than Spider-Man's. But I don't know how it could affect your brain.
Who cares? I'm getting $10,000 also for my part in this. I'd do anything for that kind of dough.
Very well, then. Drink this. I know I shouldn't agree to this mad scheme, but heaven forgive me, I must have the money to carry on my work.
Then the long, arduous period of testing begins until...
He's reacting perfectly. See how his strength has increased? And his coordination is already superhuman.
Good! Just so long as I'm sure he can beat that blasted Spider-Man! That's all I want!
And still the incredible experiment continues.
One of a true scorpion's most potent weapons is his tail. And our synthetic scorpion shall have a tail also.
Stillwell, if this works, I'll make you rich, famous. I'll become your patron.
Well, my Patreon is right here.
For the world must be rid of Spider-Man! And at last, we've been given the tools to do the job.
I feel like a living dynamo. I've become all muscle. I can lick anybody.
Please don't lick me.
The experiment is over. Please don't lick us at all. There's nothing more I can do.
Good! Now let's put him in a costume. I have the perfect design in mind. I want Spider-Man defeated by someone just like him. It will be poetic justice. See it now.
But spiders and scorpions are not the same.
And so...
Notice how he can manipulate his tail automatically. His involuntary nerve impulses activated by mental commands serve to...
Look! Spare me the explanation, Stillwell. Just so long as he smashes Spider-Man!
Give me something to test my strength on. I gotta see if I'm as powerful as I feel.
There! Satisfied?
A granite block! And I can pull it apart with my bare hands. Doc, you're a genius.
Wait, look out! What are you doing?
Huh? What? Hey, how did that happen?
It's your tail. You've forgotten it's attached to your back. You haven't fully learned to control it yet. It's like a sledgehammer. Spider-Man won't stand a chance! You'll have to spend some time practicing, learning to coordinate your movements to familiarize yourself with your new powers.
Why waste time? I feel like I could lick an army right now.
Now listen, you do as Dr. Stillwell says, Gargan. Remember, I'm still the one paying you. Report to me for instructions when he says you're ready.
Meanwhile, at the airport.
Gee, how long will Ned be gone, Betty?
At least 6 months, Peter.
Aw, that's too bad. Hooray!
You jerk.
You know, Betty, I have no right to expect you not to date other boys. And yet, sometimes I kind of wish.
Please, Peter, dear, let's not talk about anything serious now. I'm just not in the mood.
Friend zoned. Finally, reaching the Bugle office again.
Thanks for riding back with me, Peter. I'll see you later.
Sure, Betty. I enjoyed it, honey. Ned Leeds is a great guy, but I hope he stays in Europe forever.
Ouch.
Because then he won't become the Hobgoblin. Oh, spoiler. But now, to work. My spider sense indicates I'm not being followed anymore. I still want to see what Jameson... But I still want to see Jameson. God forgive me, I don't know why, but I'm still trying to learn about what it was all about. God.
Then, after a swift change,
There's a light on his window. He must have returned from wherever he went by now.
Spider-Man!
Well, what do you know? It moves, it talks, it's really alive.
Well, don't just dangle on the window ledge that way. You might fall and hurt yourself. Come in, have a chair.
Hey, you almost sound like a real human being. What is this for? Gag? Or am I in the wrong place? Are you a Skrull?
Not at all, Spider-Man! I just want to talk to you. Keep you here till the Scorpion shows up, you arrogant fool. He's on his way right now.
Sorry, Jonah. I'm not buying today. I know better than to trust you. If you want me to stay, it probably means you've got some sort of trap laid for me. See you around, Chuckles.
Wait, come back, I have a cigar! Bless it. Let's keep in the Scorpion.
Your hand's messed up, too.
then, as if in answer to Jameson's unspoken question, hold it, Spider-Man, you're not going anywhere. Looks like I arrived just in time.
Now what? It's some nut in a scorpion costume. Look, fella, I have no time to play games with you now, so...
Still think this is only a game, little man?
Whoop.
The Scorpion got here in time, and I've got a ringside seat. Ah, this is great! Go get him, Scorp! Smash him! Attaboy!
This is why Jonah wanted me to hang around. He's behind this somehow. Well, I'll polish off this scorpion character with one spider strength blow. Can't chance him hitting me with that tail of his again. It was like hitting a brick wall. He didn't even fall over. He's at least as strong as I am. But how?
Don't you know that a spider can't ever beat a scorpion?
I don't know what it's all about, but if you, oof. He almost knocked the wind out of me. That tail of his gives him a great advantage.
Try to slug it out with me, will you? Sooner or later, it'll have to sink into that web-headed brain of yours that I'm stronger than you'll ever be.
He's right. He's a powerhouse. I've got no excuse this time. I'm at the peak of my power, but I can't even begin to stop the scorpion.
Don't worry, it'll be over in a minute.
Not so fast, Windbag. No matter what advantage you may have, my webbing ought to trim you down to size.
His spider's webbing. The one thing I didn't prepare myself for. It's his strongest single weapon.
There, that ought to hold you over for a while I figure out what to do with you. Take a deep breath now, Scorpy, because you've got a lot of explaining to do.
He told you not to call him Scorpy again!
Oh no! He called him Scorpy! Ugh! After all my work finding someone stronger than Spider-Man! Spending $20,000. I just can't have another plan go down the drain again.
But then, the Scorpion makes a sudden, unexpected move, freeing himself. I just remembered something, Webhead. Scorpions have powerful pincers, which they use at will. And since I have a scorpion's powers...
Rats! He snipped my webbing with his fingers, though it's made of straw.
Eureka! I haven't failed. The Scorpion made mincemeat of Spider-Man's greatest weapon. Nothing can stop us now. Spider-Man is through!
Wow, look at that grin.
I know, it's very creepy.
And now, being as how you think so much of that webbing of yours, you can have it back again. Forgive me if I don't take time to untangle it for you.
He's flipping at me with his tail. It's all tangled knotted. If it twists itself around me, I'm finished.
There. Just stay that way for a minute. I want to remember you as you were. Meanwhile, still working in his lab, Dr. Farley Stillwell has some very serious misgivings.
According to these new tests, the Scorpion will be even more powerful than I thought. And the more his strength increases, the more his evil nature will take over. I must have been mad to do what I did. Money isn't that important. I may have unleashed one of the worst dangers of all time upon mankind. But there's still a chance to make amends if I move fast enough.
I believe you're releasing the brain on me.
If I can't get this serum to him in time,
Can get this
serum to him in time, it will serve as an antidote. He'll lose his deadly powers before it is too late.
And as the desperate scientist rushes into the street, the Scorpion proves to be as powerful as Stillwell feared. How does it feel to be on the receiving end for once, little man? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
I don't like this size prejudice stuff here. Just a
How
little.
about that? I knocked him out. This is the easiest 10 grand anyone's ever made. Okay, useless. You can sleep it off of that empty water tower. I've got other things to do now. Thus, Spider-Man suffers one of his greatest defeats as he lies motionless atop the roof, his mighty muscles stilled, his potent spider power temporarily dormant, only the beating of his valiant heart testifying to the life which remains, to the awesome energy which is slowly returning. While, a scant few yards away, his triumphant foe chortles with ghoulish glee. I've won! I've beaten Spider-Man! He never had a chance. And if I can beat him so easy, then nobody can stop me. The whole city is mine for the taking. Suddenly, Jonah Jameson's voice rings out from a window below.
Scorpion! Where's Spider-Man? Bring him to me so I can unmask him!
Get him yourself. I'm through taking orders from you, mister. Nobody tells the Scorpion what to do.
Oh no! I never expected that!
Of course you are.
If the scorpion turns against me, then I've gone from the frying pan and into the fire. Wait! Come back! Someone might see you! You gotta stop!
The fool. As if I care whether I'm seen or not. Well, an armored car. There's my chance to get a little spending money. Someone with my strength doesn't have to depend on a boss to pay him. With his incredibly powerful pincher-like fingers, the scorpion peels the upper steel plate from the roof of the car as though it's made of cardboard. But then, empty! There's nothing inside! No wonder. They're bringing something now. Welcome, boys. I've been waiting for you.
Holy cow! What's that?
It's the scorpion, you fool. Be sure to remember the name when you wake up.
Help, James! He's stealing them!
Stop him! Somebody! He's getting away! Help! Stop thief!
That's what you get for hiring Ruskies. When the reporters get here and ask who did it, be sure to spell my name right. It's Scorpion, the one who defeated Spiderman! Got it?
Why'd you have to yell the name like that?
But now, let's return to a desperately worried J.Jonah Jameson.
Mr. Jameson, I can't reach Dr. Stillwell for you. His phone doesn't answer. Do you want to check these sales figures now?
No! Don't bother me with junk like that. Keep trying Stillwell. I've got to speak to him.
Meanwhile, all but forgotten upon the roof, a bitter, masked teenager recovers consciousness with burning rage in his heart.
It was bound to happen someday. I knew I couldn't win them all. But the scorpion made one mistake. He ran out thinking he'll never have to worry about me again. But he's gonna learn how wrong he is. I'll never rest till I catch him, till I find a way to beat him. He can't have gone far. I'll climb the area from the rooftops. Wherever he is, I'll find him.
But, driven by a fearful, desperate compulsion, Farley Stillwell finds the scorpion first.
Goggin! Thank heavens I found you. Perhaps there's still time.
You? What do you mean? Time for what?
For you to take this serum. Unless you drink it quickly, you'll never be able to change back again. And you'll lose all sense of right and wrong.
Well, you don't say. I've got news for you, Stillwell. You're too late. I never want to change back again. But I do know the difference between right and wrong. Whatever the scorpion does is right.
No! You've got to take this. I can't live with the knowledge that I'm responsible for you.
Beat it, Stillwell. The only reason I'm letting you live is because I figure I owe it to you for making me unbeatable.
No! Come back! You've got to listen to me!
Why does it take you so long to say no? Get back to the ground, you fool. You can't follow me. And then, by the time Stillwell reaches the third floor, the scorpion's words prove to be prophetic.
No! I'm falling. But maybe I can hit him with the serum before I do. I have to.
But the doomed scientist's throw is short of its mark.
No!
I warned him. Well, it's no skin off my nose. I've got things to do.
Thud.
Then, at that very moment, an alert Spider-Man, swinging overhead, happens to see.
I'm too late to help that poor fellow who fell. but at least I can guard the scorpion.
Wump.
Drop that jewel. Stream duck, mister. This is it.
Spider-Man!
Thwap.
You didn't think a lucky knockout would stop me long, did you?
I didn't lose any sleep worrying about it either. I didn't think you'd be dumb enough to come back for more. But being you're a glutton for punishment, I'll make it worth your while.
Won't be so easy this time. Now I'm ready for you.
A fat lot of good that'll do you. I'm stronger than ever now, as you're gonna find out. And even as the battle progresses, the scorpion seems to grow more powerful, more dangerous with each passing second. This is one fight you won't walk away from, punk. For he has already passed the point of no return. Even the antidote serum would not help him now. He is truly the Scorpion.
And ugly.
His body has attained the maximum degree of superpower. His brain has been subtly altered until the standards are those of the predatory beast. He has become the embodiment of all that is evil. Meanwhile, the scheming publisher of the Daily Bugle grows more panicky with each new bulletin he receives.
What? Stillwell's dead? And the Scorpion has robbed Carter's jewelry store? Police Dragnet is combing the city. People are locking themselves indoors.
Cats and dogs are living together.
Nobody knows. Mass hysteria! Nobody knows it, but it's all my fault. I'm the one to blame. If not for me, there would be no Scorpion. Just to satisfy my own personal hatred, I tried to destroy Spider-Man! And in doing so, I've unleashed a far worse menace upon the world. A menace I can no longer control. A menace which no one can control.
And even as Jameson remains locked in his office, a prisoner of his own conscience, his own guilt, the epic battle continues. You've had more experience, you might even be more skillful, but power is all that really matters, and power is what I've got.
You've got the power.
So
He's
please,
right.
stay off my back, or I will attack, and you don't want that. Sorry.
He's right. I was a fool to try and trade blows with him. He is stronger. I've got to change my strategy.
Here's where I put you away for good, little man. Then, before Spider-Man can make another move, here, chew on this for a while. And now, one scorpion smash ought to be all it takes to... Ow! I feel as though I busted every one of my fingers.
Thwap.
I should have remembered how strong his own muscles are. It feels as though I hit a bulldozer. Well, he ain't going anywhere for a while. I'll polish him off later, when my hand stops hurting. In the meantime, I have one more thing to do. Jameson is the only one living who knows my true identity. With him out of the way, my secret will be safe forever. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. And as the Scorpion heads for Jameson's office...
I'm still alive. That means I can fight some more. I gotta go. He'll have to kill me to stop me. I can feel my strength returning. The next time, it'll be different. I won't give him a chance to... What's that?
Help!
It's Scream.
Well,
The
that,
direction-
that's me.
Oh.
He probably sounds like you, yeah. He screams. Ah!
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Scream. From the direction of Jameson's office? It sounded like Betty.
And Spider-Man is right. It is Betty Brant.
Mr. Jameson, look, coming in through the window. Do something. Hurry. It's the Scorpion.
Quick! Call the police! I'll try to handle him. Try it! Tell everyone to evacuate the building!
That's very heroic of you, Jameson, but it won't do you any good. It won't save you.
Heroic? Bah! I just don't want anyone to hear him. If he's going to say something that'll connect me to him. What are you doing here? What do you want?
Can't you guess?
Stop! Don't come any closer. You're mad. I'll pay any price. But don't hurt me. Stop!
Don't be so greedy, Scorpion. You should learn to finish with one enemy before you tackle another.
Spider-Man!
That's my name. The weirdo.
You should have escaped while you had the chance, you fool.
That's what I was just about to tell you. Now let's see what your Scorpion strength can do against my spider agility.
You'll see, all right, as soon as I get my hands on you.
Don't hold your breath. Wait in there, Scorpy. You're not going to nail me again.
Don't you realize that your web can't stop me? And don't call me Scorpy!
Just what I was about to say.
Maybe not, but I'll sure slow you down plenty. Especially since it's my extra sticky liquid webbing. Ooh la la.
Ew.
And while you're trying to lift those clumsy gumboats of yours off the floor, I'll just even the score a little. As he kicks him in the crotch. Let's see if you still feel like a big man without that artificial tail of yours.
Snap.
Ouch. Ouch.
But then, one of the Scorpion's pincher-like hands lashes out, catching the battling teenager in a grip of steel. Now it's my turn, you overrated clown.
Overrated.
But instead of trying to pull away as the Scorpion expects, Spidey charges towards him, catching him off balance. Oof!
Sure, it's your turn to lose.
What?
Sorry, Scorpy. This time I'm not playing it your way. Instead of slugging it out with you, I'll use my spider sense to easily dodge your blows. Just like this. And then while you're staying flat-footed, wondering what to do next, I'll join the party.
Clock.
The Roshi party. Maybe you are a little stronger, but what good does it do if I'm the only one who can land a blow?
No wonder he's wearing red. He's a commie! That's it, Spidey! Hit him again and again! Be sure that he's beaten! Don't take any chances! Good! Good! What's happening? Have I gone mad? Here I am cheering for Spider-Man! The one I hate worst in all of the world!
Patow.
All right, Jameson. He's all yours. And be sure to get the police here before he comes to you again.
You beat him! You defeated someone who's stronger than you!
It happens all the time. Didn't you ever hear of David and Goliath?
My secret is safe for now. But what's supreme irony? I was saved by a menace saved from a menace whom I myself helped to create. Why am I thinking all this? Saved by the one he was created to destroy.
A short time later.
Gosh, come on, cut and bruise. What do I say to Aunt May and the kids at school? I better think of something fast.
And then,
I guess the best thing is to just crumple up my clothes as though I've been in some sort of accident. I'll say I got bowled over playing touch football. And at least no one will disprove that.
and so,
Well. If it isn't Puny Packer, with his itty-bitty face all scratched up, Don't tell me a jellyfish like you actually got into a fight.
Uh-oh. What do you know, I'd bump into the whole blame crowd all at once.
What happened, useless? Did some infant in a carriage beat you up for trying to take its lollipop away?
What happened? Okay, Thompson. I've taken all I can from you. Now I'm gonna make you eat those words.
Oh no, you don't. You're not going to trick me into fighting you while you're all bruised up so that you'll have an excuse for losing. When I wallop you, I don't want you to have any alibi.
He'll never know how lucky he is. I almost lost control of my temper. I would have pulverized him if I would have been superior Spider-Man.
Finally, when Peter reaches home,
Peter Parker, look at you. What on earth happened, dear? You're all bruised.
I know, Aunt May, but it's not as bad as it looks. I was playing football and I fell a couple times. I ain't lying to her. I've got no choice. She'd wear herself if she's sick if I ever suspected that I am Spider-Man.
You just sit right down and let me put some soothing medication on those cuts, dear. I do wish you wouldn't play those awful roughneck games, Peter. After all, you know how fragile you are.
If only she were younger. If she could just stand the shock, I'd reveal my other identity. But I dare not take that chance.
She is an MCU.
later, when Peter is alone in his room,
Did you hear what happened, Peter? Mr. Jameson saved me from the scorpion by pushing me out of the room in time.
Yeah, sure. J.Jonah Jameson, boy, hero. That'll be the day. Glad to hear it, Betty. What do you want to do? Chip in for a medal?
Oh, Peter.
and perhaps the boy who is really Spider-Man has good reason to feel less than cordial towards the publisher of the Daily Bugle.
Hey, did you read that exclusive story in the Bugle about the Scorpion's capture? He'd probably still be alive if not for Jonah Jameson's bravery.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, according to the story, Jameson's a real fireball. Then mentioned Spider-Man too. But seems he showed up when it was almost over. Huh.
Scorpion caught! Jameson is hero! And the next day...
If anyone knows that... No, 1 second. I know now that anyone with too much power is liable to turn into a menace sooner or later, and Spider-Man is no exception. It's still my duty to fight him, to expose, and to someday destroy him. And I will, if it takes the rest of my life, I will.
Thus, the strange case of the Scorpion comes to an end for now, and we take our leave of a thoughtful teenage adventurer whom the world knows as Spider-Man, but whom we know as a high school student who wishes he could ask someone else to perform the boring task of sewing up his torn costume.
You know, I never did find out who that fellow was who was tailing me. Or what is his connection with Jameson? Could be. But I'll worry about that some other time. Right now, my biggest problem is getting this sewn without stabbing my finger to death. Ow.
You actually mentioned that was the man who had been tailing you when you saw him talking to Gargan. Well,
Let him forget it, please.
Well, we sure hope you enjoyed the Scorpion as much as we did. As usual, we'll be eagerly waiting for your letters of comment. So, till next dish, stay happy, keep healthy, and watch out. Don't let your web get tangled. The end.
Wow.
And here's a special Marvel Masterwork pin-up.
Yay!
Yay!
But that is the end. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Indeed, thank you.
I don't know. Thank who?
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank the viewers.
Thank you, trusty sidekick, Brody Mullet, Jerry Smith,
And to our
however you pronounce
subscribers,
that bot.
yeah, all our subscribers, with viewers
Yes,
like you,
Skip and
we can
Tosh.
keep the donations going. We'll have more counts for you. We'll have more Breen, more Marania, less Palpatine, and more Froggy.
Yeah, we need to get rid of the Russians that keep kind of watch the show.
Hey. Froggy watches things sometimes, and you don't hear it, but the Russian frog.
Do not worry. I like this show. It's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's different. That's different, bro.
And now for something completely different. Goodbye.
Now we just want to remind you to please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll have more thrilling stories coming soon. This Friday we have the death of Gwen Stacy, and then following that, the continuation of the death of Gwen Stacy on Sunday. So do not miss it. You got to be there. So for Froggy, for Marania, for Breen, and myself, one last thank you.
I just want to say, I predict this Sunday, or the next time we do the death of Gwen Stacy, Marania's going to break her neck reading this story.
Well,
when I say break a leg, I said break the leg, not the neck.
That's your fault, Froggy.
That's right. You should have spoken.
I don't got fingers, so if you fell down, it's your own problem.
Sure. Well, until then, just thank you so much before we say bye.
And remember, if you're watching this later on and you want to listen to us, just
You'll
mute
probably
us.
be hungry, so
Grab some Pringles and some meatloaf
on the way to
Angledee's auction.
And
I hate you.
And I love you too. But remember,
You know what I hate?
You need to eat at Joe's.
Thank you.
There
You know
go.
what I hate?
What do you hate?
Spider-Man!